Hello everyone, you're welcome to solve this nice square root math problem, which is the square root of 64 divided by 8 plus square root of 63. And remember, there's no calculators that is around here. So let's provide a solution from here. Now we have the square root of 64 divided by 8 plus square root of 63. So the first thing to do here, let's introduce a conjugate, and that is which is equal to 8 minus square root of 63. So we introduce this conjugate in the denominator as well as in the numerator part. So we have 8 minus square root of 63. The next step from here, we have the square root of, now here we have 64 into the parentheses 8 minus square root of 63. Now, when you check the denominator here, 8 plus square root of 63, this is the same thing as a plus b. We can classify this as a plus b, and this can be classified as a minus b. And this implies that we can express this as a squared minus b squared. Applying this identity, then here we have in the denominator, that is 8 squared minus square root of 63 raised to the power of 2. The next step from here, we have the square root of 64 multiplied by 8 minus square root of 63. Then divided by, here we have 8 squared, and this is equal to 64. Subtract square root of 63 raised to the power of 2. This implies we eliminate the square root sign, so subtract 63. So that now here we have the square root of 64 multiplied by 8 minus square root of 63 divided by 1. 64 minus 63 is 1. Now the next step from here, we have here the square root of 64 multiplied by 8 minus square root of 63. Now, we have that the square root of 64 times 8 minus square root of 63, this is in the form of square root of a multiplied by b, and this can be expressed as the individual square root of a times square root of b. Applying this identity, then here we have the square root of 64 multiplied by square root of 8 minus square root of 63. And this implies that square root of 64, this is equal to 8. Then we multiply by square root of 8 minus square root of 63. Now, the next step from here, we have that 8 minus square root of 63. You find that 1 is common here, so we can express this as 8 multiplied by square root of. Now, since 1 is common, we can factor out 1 so that we have 8 minus square root of 63. Now, we can express 1 basically as 2 over 2. So now, let's substitute this. Now, we are saying that since 1 is common here, we can factor this as 1, 8 minus square root of 63. And we can express 1 as 2 over 2. So let's substitute this so that now we have 8 multiplied by square root of, now here we have 2 multiplied by 8 minus square root of 63. Everything here divided by 2. Now here we have 8 multiplied by square root of, so here we have 8 times 2, this is equal to 16, minus 2 times square root of 63, so we have 2 multiplied by square root of 63. Everything here divided by 2. Now, the next step, we have 8 multiplied by square root of, we can express 16 basically as 9 plus 7 subtract 2 multiplied by the square root of 63. We can express 63 as 9 multiplied by 7. Then everything here divided by 2. So the next step is that we have 8 multiplied by square root of, here we have 9. Now we have 9 plus 7 subtract 2. Now square root, we can express this as square root of 9 multiplied by square root of 7. Everything here divided by 2. The next step is that here we have 8 multiplied by square root of, now here we'll have 9 plus 7 subtract 2, then square root of 9 here is 3, so multiply by 3, then multiply by square root of 7, then everything here divided by 2. So the next step is that we have 8 multiplied by square root of, here we have 9, which can be expressed as 3 to the power of 2, then plus. Now remember here, if we have the square root of a to the power of 2, this is the same thing as a. Alright, so this implies that we can express 7 basically as the square root of 7 raised to the power of 2. So now here we have 3 to the power of 2, then plus square root of 7 raised to the power of 2, then subtract 2 times 3 times square root of 7, everything here divided by 2. The next step is that 3 to the power of 2 plus square root of 7 to the power of 2 minus 2 times 3 times square root of 7. This is in the form of a squared plus b squared minus 2ab, which we can transform as a minus b to the power of 2. Applying this algebraic identity, then here we have 8 multiplied by square root of, this is the same thing as 3 minus square root of 7 raised to the power of 2, then everything here divided by 2. Now you find that the square root of 3 minus square root of 7 to the power of 2 over 2, this is in the form of square root of a over b, which we can express as the individual square root of a divided by square root of b. So applying this property, then here we have 8 multiplied by, now we'll have the square root, in the numerator part here, we have the square root of 3 minus square root of 7 raised to the power of 2, then everything here divided by square root of 2. Now, we can eliminate the square root sign here, so that now, here we have 8 multiplied by 3. Now here we have 3 minus square root of 7 divided by square root of 2. Now we have 8 times into the parentheses. This is 3 minus square root of 7 over square root of 2. So this implies that here we have 8 into the parentheses. This is 3 minus square root of 7 over square root of 2. Now we can rationalize the denominator here by multiplying by square root of 2 in the denominator, as well as in the numerator by square root of 2. So that now here we have 8 multiplied by, now here we have 3 minus square root of 7, this multiplying by square root of 2, then divided by square root of 2 times square root of 2 times square root of 2, this is square root of 4. And therefore here we have 8 multiplied by, now this is the same thing as square root of 2 into the parentheses, this is 3 minus square root of 7 divided by square root of 4, this is 2. Okay, so let's simplify here. 8 divided by 2, this becomes 4. So we have 4 square root of 2 multiplied by 3 minus square root of 7. So this implies that here we have 4. We can multiply square root of 2 by everything in the parentheses here, so that now we have 3 times square root of 2 subtract square root of 2 times square root of 7 cross the parentheses. Square root of 2 times square root of 7, this is in the form of square root of a times square root of b, which can be expressed as square root of a times b. So now here we have 4 into the parentheses. This is 3 square root of 2 subtract square root of 7 times 2, which is 14. And this is the final solution to this square root math problem. So kindly follow the steps, like this video, and kindly subscribe. Please like this video and kindly subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye bye for now.